Hi all, yes, this is video 2. So I did video 1 ages and ages ago. This is a pair of 1990, I'm pretty sure, Reebok pumps, as you see. One of the original pairs, in my size as well, which is perfect. And as you can see, all of the sort of the foam, I believe it's called the midsole. I think it's called the midsole. I did look into this a while back. I think maybe it's a midsole. But anyway, the sole is absolutely gone. It's just dry. Yeah, hi all. So it's video 2. So I did video 1 ages ago, like last year at some point. So this is a pair of 1990 Reebok pumps, originals in my size. Bought them cheap off eBay because of obvious reasons. The foam is absolutely knackered. I can't remember if that's called the midsole or not, but anyway, I did look into what these things are made out of, what the materials are made out of, and I looked online. I wasn't able to get anything close to what is used in these shoes to make this. So they've been sat in a box for absolutely ages, and I just thought to myself, you know what, I've got some white silicone here. Clearly can't make it any worse. And this stuff here doesn't shrink either. So I thought, you know what I'll do is I'll just have it go on one shoe. Because it's all spare, I thought, you know what, I'll pump a load of white silicone in there. I'll shape it to the right shape. And obviously it'd be bright white. Of course, when the shoe came out, it would have been pretty clean. But obviously it looked really super obvious. But what I'll do is I'll put it in. I'll do my best to smooth it out. And then obviously it'll look absolutely bright white. And then what I can then do is if it looks good and it's potentially wearable, I don't want to go running or playing basketball in these, I just want to be able to wear them, then I can paint it somehow. I know it's silicone, but you can get certain types of paints that go on top of silicone in order to yellow it, or I'll do something to make it yellow. There's some sort of chemical stuff that you can do and put it in sunlight and all this sort of stuff, to make it go yellows. So yeah, we'll have a little go. I've gone out on there, and then the worst case scenario is that I can peel it all out in sort of one big lump potentially, if something else comes along in the future. But you know what, we'll try it out on this shoe. If it works, we'll do it on this shoe here as well. At least then I can wear them. I can detail them black, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, we'll go from there. So very, very short bit of footage here, but put them there. Literally all I'm going to do, get this. I'm just going to squeeze it in, and that's it. So I'm literally going to pump it into that. Okay, so I'll pause the video now and come back in a minute. Cool. Right, yeah, part 2. So I think it looks pretty decent. Obviously you can see some lines appearing here because of course it's a lot of silicone in there. When you lift it up, to move the shoe around, and then of course to smoothen it, turn the shoe around and flatten it, obviously it stretches the silicone so you get the lines. So you kind of now realise you kind of have to apply it, get it right now. Obviously you have to operate fairly quickly with silicone. You have about 5 minutes, I would say, before it starts to go tacky, and then it becomes very difficult to move. And then really you need to apply it and then just spin it around whilst it's still resting on the surface. So something like one of those cake spinners would be really good. So use that. Use a lot of obviously the finger, which is really good for silicone, to smooth it around and stuff with dabbed in the water. This is also good initially just to get it right in there and get the basics in. But things like that spatula there was just too wide. Obviously it's usable, but you would need this or a finger. So yeah, that's in there now. I can't really do anything else with that right now because that kind of is starting to go off tacky now. So if I start to mess around with it, try to make it better and all that sort of stuff, it'll just catch and then it'll rip, and then the silicone won't bed down again. So I'm going to leave it like that. But I think that's pretty decent. And I'm kind of thinking that if it looks good, and once I've let it for a few days to wear, if I can wear it and actually supports the way it doesn't rip apart, all that sort of stuff, then what I can do is I can probably sort of rough up this surface here with some sandpaper to give this sort of effect, and then then apply the base coat or whatever that might be, and then obviously a top coat as well. Obviously it has to be flexible, all this sort of stuff, so I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Not sure at all. So obviously some parts here have black on them, so you could cover that with black leatherette or something to detail it, but to be honest, I just want to be able to put the shoe on and wear it. That's obviously how it should look. We'll just go from there, just see how it comes out. Cool. But yeah, at least I can potentially wear this when it dries out. Cool. Right, also a quick one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same as what I've done with this shoe on this. Stuff it. You know, I'm kind of thinking that might actually work. Silicone. It feels solid. I mean, if it's only been, I don't know, about 6 hours, I suppose. But I'm going to leave it for at least 2 days before I try it, because it's quite obviously thick. So the middle part might actually take a couple of days to harden. And it's not, like I mentioned earlier, it's not meant to shrink either. So I think leave it for a couple of days. Then I'll just try. I'll be honest with you, I'll just try it on and see if it works. If it works, sweet. If it feels like it's good, not going to rip apart and all that sort of stuff, then I can then obviously start to detail this edge here. So I can sort of scrape off that, neaten it up. Obviously the rubber originally would have, sorry, the foam originally would have gone over these marks here. Obviously this doesn't. But, you know, I'll look at that. You know, I think I might get out the paintbrush, detail it white, something like that. You know, I'll get looking quite decent. You know, end of this is all yellowed and all that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll see. But I think, as I know that's going to take a good number of days, I might even leave it 3 or 4 days probably to go for it. This is fucked. You know, there's no point keeping it. I can't find any other materials. So you know what, I'm going to cut off bits like this. There's a big piece, and obviously keep that in a box, nice and neat, nice and tidy, so I know that the shape, I know the colour, and all that sort of stuff. You know, I know kind of how it sits. Then I'm just going to scrape out all that crap that's left over, and then, you know, so that way I can sort of get this shape right, basically here. And then I'm just going to fill it. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to put clear silicone in the middle first, the majority of it, say about 2/3 clear silicone, and obviously keep it sort of rough and ready, and squash it down, make it all sweet. Then I'm going to leave that to dry overnight. Then I'm going to put in the white, like I've done with this, and I kind of feel that should quicken the drying process out as well. And also, might I add, because I've only got about 1/3 of the tube left of white, because that used so much up. So, you know, it's lockdown, all that sort of scenario. Can't really go out and get a tube of white silicone very easily. So, bit of clear in the middle won't matter. It's all the quality silicone I've got for this, so it's all good. So yeah, I shall cut that out tonight. Scrape out all the crap, and then probably do the clear silicone tonight on that, and that way I can then whiten it tomorrow, and we go from there. Yes, I mean, hopefully it'll work. Nice one. Cheers. Yep, hi all. So a little update. So the shoes are starting to look pretty decent. So I've done all the silicone in the sole, in the I believe what they call the midsoles. So that looks pretty decent. I sort of neatened it, gone around the edges and neatened it up. I sort of started to scrape away some of the black stuff here, which is obviously where the original foam went over. You know, because there's not really anything there to sort of for silicone to grip to, so I've kind of gone for a sort of straight line. So I'll give it a bit more detail, but really that actually is down to sort of that's actually like the leatherette or the leather underneath. So can't really do much of that apart from maybe touch up with some white paint, which is probably what I do. I have tried to clean this as well, the whole shoe, with the sift cleaner. So it might not look clean, but it is actually much cleaner. Mainly this part here was really dirty. And it's very thin stuff. This is like really thin, it's a thin layer of something on top of the foam. So I cleaned it up as well. That looks decent. So yeah, overall that looks good. Soaking the laces in bleach at the moment. Don't know if it's the right thing to do or not, but that's what I'm doing. That baby there. Nice. And this is the other one. So you can see this one is much worse condition. So I've started to clean that, but that literally is how it was when I took the laces out. So I've now currently got a layer of the Sift cleaner, which is my go-to product for cleaning. You know, either that or car polish is kind of what I use. So yeah, I'm hoping that gets some of these marks out. If not, I'll just go over it with some magic eraser or something, and that might get a bit cleaner. But yeah, starting to look decent. And so there's the laces there in bleach, so we'll see if that works. And in a minute I'm going to start wiping this over and get that cleaned up, and then I can take the laces out in about half an hour. I'm going to let them dry, wash them out for the day, and then I'll put them back in, and then I'll wear them and see how it works. Cool, cheers. Yep, well, so final parts of the shoes are now done. So I've cleaned them. They look pretty decent. Got a lot of dirt out of them. Soles are all done. Midsoles are all done. This is as clean as it's going to go, unless you do something like bleaching it with lemon and bicarbonate soda, all that sort of malarkey. But you know what? Yeah, I think they're done for me. They're good. So yeah, they look cool. Put one on. Yep, at least now it's the first time I've worn them. So yeah, they feel good. Obviously, I need to sort of bed them in and use them on the road. This is very smooth and shiny on there. Yeah, they're really comfortable. I don't know how long they last with silicone, but you know what? They look good. And they're wearable again. And there we are. There they are. The laces come up quite well. Original laces, bleached, come up pretty decent. Overall, the shoe looks pretty good. So yeah, it's definitely come a long way from buying those for something like 20 quid, I think it was, delivered, to be able to actually wear these again. You know, and yeah, I'm really pleased. They look cool. 1990. It's the original Reebok Pump version 1s. Back on. There we go. Cheers. Nice one.